Well, as you may know by now, March 13th, a very important day in that it is the party primary election statewide and in Baldwin County as well. So be sure and go to the polls on March the 13th. And, of course, a lot of folks are going to be on the ballot. We'll be voting for the nominations for district judge, also circuit judge places 1 and 2, circuit clerk, probate judge, and some school board district placements. This morning, we are pleased to have with us in Studio B, Judge Jody Bishop. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Good to be with you this morning.
Well, it's a very great pleasure to have you with us this morning. Before we went on the air, we were talking about all the other candidates that have been on the air with us the past 2 weeks. And you are bringing up the caboose on the list of candidates. So first of all, Jody, tell us about yourself for those who don't know about Jody Bishop.
Well, I've been your district judge for the past 11 years and, of course, grew up in Baldwin County, born and raised in Fairhope, and served over there as a city judge for 3 years prior to my time on the district court. So I'm running in this race as the only candidate that has the judicial experience to move on to the next level. Combined 14 years of experience between the district and municipal courts in the county. And why that's important is we have 2 judges right now that will be retiring as of next year, and we're losing over 50 years of combined judicial experience between Judge Reed and Judge Pardon, who are both retiring. I'm running for the position being vacated by Judge Reed.
I see. And so like you mentioned, you do have the experience, the judicial experience to continue on in this new position.
Yes, and you know, that's extremely important because on the circuit level, very important decisions, sometimes life and death decisions are made. You know, circuit judges hear very important cases, sometimes even cases such as capital murder cases where, you know, the death penalty can be imposed. So I take that job very seriously every day when I put on the robe. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve for the past 11 years as district judge, and hopefully I'm going to be able to move on to the next level.
So basically you're going from a courtroom where the judge makes the decision there to a jury type trial.
That's correct, and both of them are very, very important, and the judges have a lot of power in decision-making process, but you are correct. Right now as a district judge, the judge makes all the decisions, and there is what is called a de novo appeal up to the circuit court level, meaning person, if they're unhappy with the decision at the district level, appeals their case up to the circuit court, and it's heard anew up there. The circuit judge basically presides over the case, but in most matters has a jury render the decision, you know, in criminal and civil cases.
Very good. Are there any issues that maybe you've seen in that circuit judge position, and maybe some things that you will help to bring your experience and your youth to the seat?
Well, yeah, we've got a lot of challenges right now, Kenny. One of them is our state funding cutbacks. We've lost $23 million in funding from our State Administrative Office of Courts in the past 3 years. We're set to have an additional cut of 25% from our state general fund budget this year, which some of those monies go toward the court system. So our challenge is to try to do more with less, and we've been doing that up there in Baldwin County. I feel really proud of my record and the record of the other judges up there for the past several years, because we've been facing these cutbacks, and we've had to try to use some innovative solutions. One of those being an e-filing system that we went to several years ago to try to make our court system more efficient, cut down on paper and postage, and save the taxpayers money. And we're able to work now 24/7, not only at the office, but take that laptop home and enter orders from the house. And it's made us more efficient. We're going to have to try to do more of that because we're not going to be getting any additional funding, and in fact, we're going to be losing funding over the next several years.
I see. Of course, anybody who knows the Bishop name here in Baldwin County knows that your family has been great servants to our Baldwin County area.
Well, thank you. I grew up in a household that was really involved in public service. At the age of about 7 or 8, I was walking the streets of Fairhope, passing out literature for my dad when he first ran for city council back in the early 70s.
Right.
And ever since, I've had that in my blood, and decided back in '94 I would make my first run for office, and I've been running as a judge ever since, and got elected, of course, 6 years later in 2000, and have been fortunate that the voters have felt confidence in me, have kept me in there ever since.
Well, very good. Again, you are the current district judge, is that right?
That's correct.
And you'll be running in Circuit Judge Place 2 against Jody Newcomb.
That's correct. She was the former district attorney, and I decided to get in the race based on Judge Reed desiring his retirement last year, and I got out there early on back in July of last year and declared my intention. Feel like we have received a lot of support from the citizens of the county, overwhelming support from our law enforcement community and the bar in the county, which those are the people that have seen what I'm about and what I've been doing for the past 11 years in district court. And I'm just going to run on my record, and a positive record. I'm not going to engage in any type of negative campaigning. I just don't believe that that dignifies the office of judge.
Very good. And I know you want to encourage our listeners to be sure and go to the voting booth, I should say, on March the 13th.
I really do. When you're campaigning out there, you find this year that a lot of people don't know that the election is coming up in March, because this is a first for the state of Alabama. Usually our primary is in June, and this year, because of the presidential primary, the legislature decided to move up our primary to March 13th. And so there's sort of an education process going on right now to educate everybody to please get out for that early primary. It's very important. There's a lot of important races on the ballot, all the way from president to delegates for president to Congress to all of your local judgeships.
All right, well, very good. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come and visit with us this morning.
Kenny, thank you very much.
Very good. Judge Jody Bishop, he's going to be on the ballot on March the 13th, running for Circuit Judge Place 2.